The history of Indonesia is the history of a maritime civilization shaped by geography, trade, and cultural exchange. Comprising thousands of islands stretching between the Indian and Pacific Oceans, Indonesia developed not as a single ancient empire, but as a network of societies linked by the sea. Over centuries, these islands absorbed ideas from India, China, the Islamic world, and Europe, forging a unique civilization defined by diversity, adaptability, and unity through shared experience. Indonesia's geography determined its early development. Volcanic soils supported rich agriculture, while long coastlines encouraged fishing, shipbuilding, and seafaring. The monsoon winds made the archipelago a natural hub of international trade, drawing merchants carrying spices, textiles, metals, and religious ideas. From an early stage, Indonesian societies were outward-looking and cosmopolitan, even while maintaining strong local identities. The earliest Indonesian states emerged through interaction with Indian civilization. From the first centuries, Hinduism and Buddhism spread through trade and cultural exchange rather than conquest. Local rulers adopted Indian concepts of kingship, ritual, and writing, blending them with indigenous beliefs. Kingdoms such as Kutai and Tarumanagara appeared, followed by larger and more influential powers. One of the most significant early empires was Srivijaya, centered in Sumatra. Srivijaya dominated maritime trade routes through the Malacca Strait from roughly the 7th to the 13th centuries. It became a major center of Buddhist learning, attracting scholars from across Asia. Its power rested not on territorial control, but on naval strength, trade regulation, and diplomacy, illustrating the maritime nature of Indonesian civilization. In Java, the rise of agrarian kingdoms marked another phase of development. Dynasties such as the Sailendras and Sanjayas produced monumental architecture, most famously Borobudur and Prambanan, reflecting advanced engineering, religious devotion, and artistic achievement. These monuments demonstrate how Indian religious ideas were localized into distinctly Indonesian cultural forms. The Majapahit Empire, which reached its height in the 14th century, is often regarded as the closest pre-modern precursor to modern Indonesian unity. Based in eastern Java, Majapahit exerted influence over large parts of the archipelago through tribute, alliances, and trade rather than direct rule. Later nationalist leaders would draw inspiration from Majapahit as a symbol of unity across islands. From the 13th century onward, Indonesia underwent another profound transformation with the spread of Islam. Muslim traders from Arabia, India, and Southeast Asia introduced Islam gradually and peacefully, particularly in coastal trading cities. Sufi missionaries played a crucial role, adapting Islamic teachings to local customs and beliefs. As a result, Islam in Indonesia developed with a strong emphasis on tolerance, mysticism, and cultural accommodation. Islamic sultanates such as Demak, Aceh, Banten, and Mataram emerged as political and religious centers. These states replaced Hindu-Buddhist courts, but retained many aspects of earlier culture, including art forms, social hierarchy, and royal symbolism. This blending created a uniquely Indonesian Islamic civilization that differed from Middle Eastern or South Asian models. The arrival of Europeans in the 16th century marked a dramatic turning point. Drawn by the spice trade, the Portuguese arrived first, followed by the Dutch. Over time, the Dutch established dominance through the Dutch East India Company, using military force, monopolies, and alliances with local rulers. What began as commercial activity gradually evolved into full colonial rule. Under Dutch colonialism, the archipelago was reorganized into the Dutch East Indies. Colonial policies reshaped Indonesia's economy toward export production, exploiting spices, coffee, sugar, and later, oil and rubber. While infrastructure and modern education were introduced, colonial rule also caused widespread hardship, inequality, and loss of sovereignty. Traditional power structures were undermined, and resistance movements repeatedly emerged. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, a new phase began with the rise of Indonesian nationalism. Educated elites, students, and workers began to imagine the archipelago as a single nation rather than separate islands or ethnic groups. A shared language, Bahasa Indonesia, became a powerful unifying tool, allowing communication across immense diversity. The Japanese occupation during World War II shattered Dutch authority and accelerated political change. Although brutal, the occupation allowed nationalist leaders to organize and mobilize. In 1945, following Japan's defeat, Indonesian leaders proclaimed independence. After years of struggle and international pressure, colonial rule ended, and Indonesia emerged as a sovereign state. Post-independence, Indonesia faced enormous challenges: political instability, economic hardship, and the task of unifying thousands of islands into one nation. Different political systems were tried, ranging from parliamentary democracy to centralized authoritarian rule. Over time, Indonesia gradually developed national institutions while preserving regional autonomy. In the contemporary era, Indonesia stands as the world's largest archipelagic state and the largest Muslim-majority country. It is also one of the most culturally diverse nations on Earth, home to hundreds of languages, ethnic groups, and traditions. The national motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, Unity in Diversity, captures the essence of Indonesia's historical journey. Historically, Indonesia's significance lies not in uninterrupted empire, but in connectivity. It demonstrates how trade, religion, and cultural exchange can bind diverse societies across vast distances. From ancient maritime kingdoms to a modern nation-state, Indonesia's past reveals a civilization built on adaptation, pluralism, and shared struggle rather than uniformity.